There have been so many things I've been requested to talk about this week. Music video hacks, someone grabbing Jungkook during a concert, that's why we can't have nice things, and we will surely get to those. Just a side note, if you ever at me on Twitter with topics or pictures of Sugi's pants, just know that I see it. I might not always heart it or reply because I don't want to fill up people's timelines with the same responses, but just know that I've read it. I do respond to a lot, also I try my best to respond to DMs and emails because I heart and appreciate you guys. Anyway, the number one thing that was requested was the BLACKPINK and Shopee meet and greet scam. This got so much heat from people that it actually trended number one worldwide on Twitter. Now, there's a lot of details that go with this along what was happening to Jennie during the actual event, but for the sake of not confusing and losing anyone, we're gonna talk about the generalities of what happened and also what needs to happen for our fellow fans in the Philippines, and so that this doesn't happen anywhere else. So, Shopee is an online retailer for several countries in Asia, and they were in charge of organizing a meet and greet with BLACKPINK in the Philippines. And the way they did this was basically through competitions, poster making, dance contests, and top spending. Top spending. There were over 500 seats available, and you had to be within the top spenders, and the top 40 of those would get a chance to go up to BLACKPINK and get special autographs. People were reportedly spending thousands of dollars on this Shopee platform for a chance to see BLACKPINK. And this is where it gets very shady. The rules of the contest was constantly changing and kept changing. Even the day before the meet and greet, rules were still changing. The leaderboard was suspicious and wasn't reflecting accurate information. Customer service seemed to have disregarded any notice or attempt at a fair review. Now, the day of the meet and greet, people who had already flown in, traveled there, received a notice that they won and secured a ticket, were sent another message saying it was taken back. They were denied at the door, some were told to give up their seats, and why? For who? Who were those seats given to if not the top spenders who saved and spent thousands and were promised those seats? Well, apparently the event runners wanted influencers and celebrities to be part of the event, and they didn't have to spend a single penny. They were allowed to record, take pictures, go live, while everyone else was prohibited from doing any of those things. Obviously, Shopee wanted publicity for the event, and that's exactly what they got. If you wanted those people there, you should have planned that out much further in advance and not promised that many amount of seats. And if you had little notice or just forgot, then that's on you. The top spenders should still get priority. You could always seat those celebrities somewhere else, and you know what? Some of them didn't even seem to care that they were there anyway. So what about the fans who spent all that money only to be wrongfully denied? What did they get? They got an apology that didn't even address the real problem, the problem of their corrupt system. And on top of that, a voucher worth a whopping 20 bucks. The true testament of Shopee's intentions would have been what they did for those they wronged. And as you can see here, there's no remorse. Luckily, like we said, this was trending number one. Hopefully our fellow fans in the Philippines are compensated properly, which could still happen as the Department of Trade and Industries will be looking into this, looking into the shady mechanics of all of this. So for those who got scammed, I got your back. We got your back. Even fans who got into the event weren't treated right. They were seated behind the celebrities. They weren't given the same quality of anything as others. And you know what? It kind of seemed like BLACKPINK might have known what was going on as it was blowing up online. Not only did Rose go live after the event to talk to fans, during the event they smiled to the fans at the back who were actually screaming for them. They looked hesitant and a bit uncomfortable, especially Jennie, who did not look well. You could tell that she tried to put on a brave face for everyone, but she was having trouble catching her breath. She was clutching her stomach. It looked like she was about to faint and she was having a panic attack, but there's nothing for me to confirm that it was a panic attack. And on top of all the shady things that happened during this Shopee ran meet and greet, the staff didn't do anything about Jennie. They didn't even ask if everything was okay. Not one thing. Jisoo was the one who had to take it upon herself to get Jennie some water, and unfortunately it seems like whatever was affecting Jennie was continuing to affect her. During their stop in Macau, she was pushing through, putting on a performance for everyone who came out to see them, but during the performance of As If It's Your Last, she couldn't hold it in anymore and had to walk off stage. Rosé had to explain that everything's okay and not to worry. Jennie later apologized, which Jennie, you don't have to apologize. I think we all understand, especially the people who were there and saw you put in as much effort as you did. Let's just thank our lucky stars nothing even worse happened, and also send all the love Jennie's way.